John Farrell with the Farrell Law Firm, and today we're on day 4 of our 8-day estate planning action plan to get your estate plan into place. Today we're going to be talking about life insurance. And so this video isn't so much about whether you should have life insurance or not. In reality, you probably should. It's a great financial tool to provide payments to your family if something were to happen to you. But really, it's some of the issues that we see when it comes to life insurance and estate planning. Just this week, for example, I had a client come in. She was a widow, and she had lost her husband a few months ago. And so she was sitting in my office and she said, one of the interesting things was that although he had passed many months ago, I just found out that he had a life insurance policy. And I just didn't know that he had this life insurance policy. And so that's one of the biggest issues that we find when it comes to estate planning, really whether your family even knows that you have a life insurance policy or not. And so here are some things to keep in mind when it comes to life insurance policies. Number one, there's no life insurance database where you can log on, type in a person's name, and find out whether they had a life insurance policy or not. I get calls from time to time from people saying, I'm trying to find out if my spouse or family member had a life insurance policy. Do you know where I can look? Well, that's a tough question to answer because back in the old days, people just have to wait by the mailbox for the statements for the payments to come into the life insurance policy. And that's how they found out that their family member had a life insurance policy. But these days, with so many things done electronically, it's hard to really wait by the mailbox for statements to come in because actually they may never actually mail the statements. Maybe they were sent to the person's email account. So there's no database that you can go to type in a person's name and just find out whether they had a life insurance policy or not. So another issue is that sometimes you'll find it in the most unlikeliest of places. For example, sometimes people, when they start a new job, they are filling out all of these forms on their first day. Sometimes they find out later on that they actually was filling out a form for a life insurance policy. Maybe that was a benefit that the company offered at the time that they were employed, and they forgot to even add a beneficiary to it, or that they even had the policy. The person passes away, and the company contacts the widow and says, hey, we had a life insurance policy for your spouse, and because they were an employee here. But they didn't fill out the beneficiary part, so we're going to have to make this payment to his estate. And all of a sudden it gets wrapped up in probate. So sometimes you can find a life insurance policy through an employer that the person had. Otherwise, maybe go through their email accounts. Maybe you'll see some information there. Maybe their bank accounts, maybe the premiums on those policies are being debited out. Those are a few places that you can look to find out if a person has a life insurance policy or not. Here is the perfect place to do it though. The best method to make sure that your family knows whether you have life insurance policies or not is to keep a list. So in the estate planning portfolios that we provide to our clients, there is a section titled Life Insurance. And it's a place where you can list all of your life insurance policies. Now, life insurance policies and annuities, typically those are the two quickest things that people can get whenever they lose a loved one. So if you were to put it into this list that we provide in our portfolios, it'd be very easy for your family to find which policies that you had so that they could contact them right away and get those paid out as soon as possible, because it really is one of the quickest things that you can get paid out is a life insurance policy. The problem is, unless you let your family know which policies you have, then it might be delayed or it might get paid into your probate. You just really need to keep them updated as to what policies you have so that they can contact them if something were to happen to you. All right. That's really all we have to talk about today. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel because we put out new videos every day. And make sure you hit the like button because, hey, every like helps. Now, there is one more thing that I have a favor to ask. Voting for the Best of Cobb is out, and we would like your vote. If you'd be willing to vote for us in several categories, I put a link in the description below where you can go hit the link, and it'll take you right to the page where you can hit press and vote for us for the Best of Cobb. It's an annual contest, and we would love to have your vote. So I'll put the link in the description below. Hopefully you'll go in and vote for us. We really appreciate it, and that's really all we have for today.